Douglas Quaid has this reoccurring dream where he's exploring the mountains of a colonized Mars with a mysterious woman. He doesn't know why he's being plagued by this vision. He's just an earthbound construction worker. He's happily married, and Mars isn't exactly the most romantic location in the solar system, with there being a group of rebel extremists raging war against the corporate dictator of Mars, Cohagen. But Quaid is, for whatever reason, completely obsessed with this unexplainable desire to travel to Mars, and he starts to seriously consider going to Recall Incorporated, a company that implants false memories. And he decides to take a fake vacation to Mars. He'll believe he really went. He'll have no memory of Recall whatsoever, and he'll be able to finally experience Mars at a fraction of the cost of actually going. But when he visits Recall, he's upsold on a newer package, a vacation of a lifetime, where his experience in Mars will actually be that of a secret agent. He'll have an exciting adventure, he'll get the girl, be the hero, and save the world. It sounds like a dream come true. That is, until the operation goes haywire and the implant fails, and he quickly comes to realize that he actually is a secret agent, that his whole life is actually a false memory. And there's a secret organization that is now hunting him before he acquires Total Recall and regains knowledge that will put them all in danger. Total Recall is based off the 1966 short story from Philip K. Dick. We can remember it for you wholesale. This is the author that also wrote Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which was adapted into Blade Runner. He wrote Minority Report, Scanner Darkly, and a bunch of other influential science fiction stories. We Can Remember It For You Wholesale was a very quick read. It's little more than a concept. It would have been perfectly suitable for something like a Outer Limits episode. But that's not what happened. This movie went through the very definition of development hell. The project kept being traded between different studios with dozens of different drafts and actors and directors until finally, Carlco Pictures acquired the rights, and just before they went bankrupt, they made one of the most ambitious, expensive, and ridiculous science fiction movies of all time. They got director Paul Verhoeven, who had just released his masterpiece, RoboCop, and it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, who wasn't suitable to play Douglas Quaid the accountant, so instead he plays Douglas Quaid the construction worker. Fair enough. As you could expect from the director of RoboCop, this movie is super gritty. It's gory, it's cynical, and a hell of a lot of fun. What's crazy though is that it's not just fun, it's also really creative and surprisingly intelligent. Which might be hard to swallow just looking at the screen, but it's true. Total Recall has a complex and twisted plotline with twists and turns, and you'll spend the entire movie questioning what exactly is real, if anything at all. But a movie can be clever, all while also being sexy and gruesome and batshit insane. Total Recall is a great time, and it has a lot to offer, no matter what you're looking for in your science fiction adventures. There are a ton of interesting ideas here. This movie is bursting with fantastical, futuristic oddities. And they blend a bunch of practical and digital effects throughout. It's cutting edge and it's spectacular. Also, with this being an Arnold movie, you get a ton of very funny moments, with instantly memorable lines and a lot of killing and a lot of screaming. The sets for this movie are incredible. I find myself gawking at the screen every time I watch it. The design for the mutants is really cool. They obviously had a lot of fun with this movie, and Mars itself has enough personality for 100 different characters. This movie's just beautiful. The music by Jerry Goldsmith is considered some of his best work. This guy did Planet of the Apes, Chinatown, The Omen, Poltergeist, Gremlins, Alien, Looney Tunes Back in Action. And you can tell because this movie, like the others, is a real banger. Total Recall is a high concept movie with a huge budget, with more effects and ideas than you can shake a stick at. And it's a mind bending roller coaster experience. I love this movie. I know I spent the whole video talking about certain aspects, a lot of them technical, but I spent very little time on the actual story and the character motivations and the whole idea of separating dreams from reality. But funny enough, all that stuff is kind of secondary to me. The movie gives you a lot of wiggle room to shift between believing that this is all reality or that this is all a dream. I could go back and forth forever, but although it's intriguing, it is open-ended by design. And although the concept of an uncertain reality is brilliant and its execution is effective, it's still fairly inconsequential to your enjoyment of the movie. You'll love it for the punches it throws and the ideas it explores. Just like the book it's based off of, Total Recall is ambitious with its concept, but it doesn't go much deeper than that. It's a concept. No matter how you view it, Total Recall is a really great conversation piece. The big question is if Total Recall is a trip worth remembering, and I can say with absolute certainty that it is.